Good evening, dear friends. Thank you for joining me this wonderful Monday evening. First full day of spring. Isn't that wonderful? All right, we have successfully moved from that winter season, right? Where it's cold and people huddle in together, safely, right? Safely huddle together or not go out anywhere. And uh, maybe now with the weather breaking, depending on where you are watching this from or what location you're at. Maybe you're enjoying the nice weather outside. And so that really gives us an opportunity to um, be mindfully aware and mindfully present of ourselves, bringing ourselves the self-compassion. But for tonight, we're talking about well-being and compassion for others as well. And so we can, certainly we can project compassion or generously give compassion to others, especially during a lot of these trying times, a lot of unwelcome events that we are witnessing, you know, portraying or displaying itself in our not only in our society but around the world as well. What's going on in um, Atlanta, right, or as well as what's going on in Myanmar, right, and other locations as well. So it's going to be important for us to, or mindful for us to, you know, understand and offer some compassion towards others. And so our last meeting, we worked on compassion for ourselves. And now this, um, this meeting we'll be doing a little bit focusing on us as well, but offering compassion for others. And so why don't we begin? And again, thank you so much for joining us today. I greatly appreciate your attendance and your kind well wishes as well. So today is March 22nd, 2021, right? So we'll begin with a nice guided meditation. It's our usual flow. And so why don't you go ahead and, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and get yourself into a nice comfortable position, right? Stretch your legs or cross your legs, whatever feels comfortable for you, right? It's always about comfort, and comfort gives us the ability and the awareness to maintain our presence. You may close your eyes, or you can keep them slightly open, right, with a soft focus looking downward a few feet in front of you. Allow your spine to lift and your shoulders to soften. And so today we'll practice loving kindness. And in this practice, we generate a wish of well-being for ourselves and for others. So take a full breath in, and a long, slow breath out. And feel yourself seated and present in this moment. Let's begin by offering wishes of well-being to ourselves. Today we'll use the following phrases, though in the future you may use whatever words are most meaningful for you. May I be well. May I be safe and free from suffering. May I be happy. Repeat these phrases and invite your heart to open and to accept them. May I be well. May I be safe and free from suffering. May I be happy. And bring to mind someone close to you and that you care about deeply. Maybe a friend or a family member. Maybe a teacher or someone who's helped you out. Imagine that person sitting in front of you now. Think of what you would wish for them. May you be well. May you be safe and free from suffering. May you be happy. Or any other words that express what you wish for them. It's all a lot of words that you could say. Imagine them receiving your wishes for well-being. Now, bring to mind someone who's having a difficult time, who perhaps has experienced loss or struggling with illness, or maybe having a hard time at work. Imagine that person sitting in front of you. May you be well. May you be safe and free from suffering. May you be happy. And again, or any other words that express what you wish for them. Now, bring to mind someone you see regularly in your life, but for whom you haven't had much interaction with. Maybe you've never spoken. And imagine that person sitting in front of you. May you be well. May you be safe and free from suffering. May you be happy. If you'd like to bring to mind someone with whom you've had some difficulty, and offer them the words, may you be well. May you be safe and free from suffering. May you be happy. May they be safe and free from suffering. May they be happy. Think of your friends and your family. May they be well. May they be safe and free from suffering. May they be happy. Everyone you know, everyone who's a part of your life, may they be well. May they be safe and free from suffering. May they be happy. Extend your wishes beyond the places where you are, beyond the people you know, to extend all over the entire earth. All people, all animals, all life. May all beings be well. May they be safe and free from suffering. May they be happy. Feeling this sense of well-wishing extending out from you in all directions. Notice how you feel in this moment, the sensations in your body and the quality of your mind. And again, wish for yourself. May I be well. May I be safe and free from suffering. May I be happy. If you'd like, place your hand on your heart as you say those words to yourself. Breathing in fully and breathing out fully. Allow yourself to be present. Complete and here. Whatever your experience was during this meditation, this practice offers benefits. Even if you weren't always able to feel the well wishes or experienced some resistance, that's okay. Right? It's okay. Simply come back to your intention to practice and experience love and kindness in whatever way you're able to, in whatever way feels right for you. And finish with a deep, full breath in, and a long, slow breath out. And as we end this guided meditation segment, go ahead and begin to open your eyes, maybe slowly flutter them open, maybe adjust your position. Just bring yourself back to awareness, to where we are, to where you are. And so we're working on and we're talking about compassion for others this evening. And so when we think about others, oftentimes, especially strangers, sometimes we project maybe some negativity that we have in ourselves, what we think about ourselves. Oftentimes it's a little bit of progression. And sometimes we try to find the negative in someone else, right? And sometimes that negative thought or feeling is something that we, are holding with us, right? We're projecting it out to someone else. And so sometimes when we see that negative, when we project that negative, we're thinking about ourselves sometimes. And so that's not the compassion that we want to work on, right? Or to foster or to cultivate within ourselves. And so when we think of compassion towards others, a great way to exemplify or to bring that kindness and that compassion out is think about what would happen. Would we like that done to us, whatever it is? Would we like that thought about that person? Or would we like that thought if someone were thinking that same very thought about us? Or maybe there's some unkind words, right? Would we like that to be said about us? Probably not. Right? Probably not. So that's one way to bring that attention of compassion towards others into ourselves. Imagine a time where someone said something negative to you, and think about how that made you feel. Right? Think about that for a moment. How did that make you feel? Probably not very happy. Right? Maybe it made you feel a little angry. Maybe it made you feel unworthy. And so when we think about those negative actions that happen to us, think about why do we want to say those or think those thoughts or do those actions or say those words towards someone else. That's our own suffering that we have. So when we are aware of our own suffering, we don't project We don't right action, right? Right action towards someone else, right? In a negative way, right? Those aren't right actions is what I'm trying to say, right? Right? Those aren't wholesome actions. And as mindfulness practitioners, we recognize that. So when we have snide comments, maybe we post on Facebook or Twitter or something like that, right? Those snide comments, that's not compassionate towards someone else. No matter who that person is, no matter who they are, no matter what their state of mind is, or maybe they're coarse or callous in the way that they communicate, does not give us license to respond to that other person or to that particular person in the same way that we or that they speak to us, or that they maybe even just tweet or Facebook message or something like that. It doesn't give us license to do that. That's not right thought, that's not right action, and it's certainly not right speech. And so what's often the case when that happens is that does diminish the other person, and it also diminishes us. It causes us suffering, right? It causes us suffering as well as another person. And so it's important that we are mindful in our own compassion. We can't have compassion for someone else as efficiently or as lovingly as we want unless we have that compassion for ourselves. It's that interbeing, right? It's that interbeing between one other person and someone else. It's that interbeing. There's no distinction. If I'm hurting someone else by words or thoughts or actions, I'm hurting myself. You're hurting yourself. And someone who is loving and compassionate towards ourselves, we can't do that to someone else. Doesn't matter how that other person is. Doesn't matter how they speak. Doesn't matter what they necessarily say or even do. It's how we respond, because that's how we promote compassion. We promote it within ourselves first. Then we can promote it towards others. So what are some ways that we can promote others, promote compassion for others? Uplifting words. Certainly uplifting words, right? If a child falls down and skins their knees as they're learning to walk, we don't chastise them. We don't berate them. That's a new skill that they're learning. We support them. And so when we support others, we are supporting ourselves as well. And that's how we promote compassion towards others. We recognize the loving kindness in ourselves, and we foster and we cultivate that loving kindness that we feel, that warmth. And then when we have that seed of love and compassion and the loving kindness within us, it radiates, it grows, it spreads like a field of beautiful flowers. It really does. And people will notice when you have that love inside you, when you have that caring inside you, when you have that compassion inside you, it's noticeable. It's noticeable because we recognize our own value as a person. We recognize the value of someone else. And when we recognize our own self-worth, our own value, our own love, our own ability to be compassionate and caring towards someone else or towards ourselves, we can project those thoughts and those feelings to someone else, even if we don't know them, even if we don't know that other person. That energy, that positivity is just flows out towards everyone. And that's how we foster that compassion towards others, by loving ourselves so much and by following those 8 noble truths, right? Right thought, right action, right mindfulness, right speech, and even right occupation, right? Even right occupation. All of those steps on that the Buddha identified on the noble path, the 8 noble paths, those 8 steps. They're not steps as in you do step 1, step 2, step 3, and so forth. You can do them all at the same time. And so when we have that within us, we can freely be compassionate towards others as well. And so be mindful of what we think about ourselves so that we can be compassionate and loving and caring towards others. There's actually a Bible quote, right? You treat others how you want to be treated. And that's so true. That's such a true. That's one of the beautiful things about Buddhism too, right? It's not dogmatic in that sense. We can even find beautiful ideas and passages from other scriptures and realize the beauty in them, right? We're not dogmatic that way. There's so much beauty out there. So much beauty out there that why be negative? Foster the beauty, promote the beauty, and then the beauty grows inside you. And so have that loving compassion inside you so you can have that loving compassion for others. And so I'd also like to say thank you for spending your time with me this evening. I love when you join live if you can, or even on the replays. It's so wonderful to communicate with all of you. And I am grateful that you find, the beautifulness and spending, time with myself and with others as well. It's such a wonderful experience. And I'm glad to be a part of that in whatever way that you feel is comfortable. Absolutely. And so one thing I'd like to add is beginning. So I know we're not quite done March yet, right? But beginning in May, we will be having our live broadcasts outside on Monday evenings, probably starting in late May. Right? Still got to wait for the weather to break a little bit more. We'll also be having our live silent retreats. Those are free. Our silent retreats are always free. They're one-day events on Sundays, usually around the last Sunday of the month. And they go from May to late September, maybe early October, depending on the weather. So you are all warmly invited to attend those. I love having everyone there and help fostering your mindfulness journey in whatever way that I can help you along. Anyway, my friends, if you like our videos and you find them uplifting, please go ahead and subscribe and like the videos as well. And with that, looks like the clock is coming up to the end of our session this evening, and so grateful for you all to be here. I really am. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. And 2 weeks. My friends, namaste. Take care.